What have the last 5 months been like?
Well, for the first, I guess, couple weeks, hell, because you're normally trying to process everything that happened. You're not you anymore. You're completely feel like you've been broken down. It was completely normal. In fact, he's the type of person to want to take the shirt off his back and help you out. Yeah, I come home and I'm sitting on the couch, and he was talking with my other roommate, and it was weird to me because, the bomber, obviously, well, Mark, he was, well, he wasn't in his room, and it was he's normally in his room around 6:30. They were talking about the bombings that were going on, and it was scary. And my roommate asked me, are you not afraid? And this is what I think might have saved our lives. After my roommate asked me, yeah, are you not afraid of the bombings? And then my roommate looked at me. Mark, the bomber, looked at me. And I said, no, I'm not afraid. Because you can't let the bad guys win. Because that's what they want. They hate themselves and they hate the world. We let them win by being afraid. If we're afraid, that's what they feed off of. It's so simple and fundamental. People in that state are very emotional, I would like to say. I don't know what was going on in his head, the fact that he can act normal after knowing that he did what he did. But people like that are looking for a reaction. He even started accusing me of these things, the bombings.
So Mark started accusing you of being the bomber?
This is when I came in, like, no, I'm not the person doing it. But I can tell he was looking for a reaction, and I just said, I'm not afraid.
And when you said that, what was his reaction?
He went very silent, and I think he left the room. Because you only realize these things after the fact. You don't really think about it in the moment. You don't really think about the little conversations that you have with people until after something major happens. He's not stupid either. Mark was not an idiot. We all like to think these guys are stupid. Probably arrogant. He had a very sarcastic personality. But he wasn't stupid. He liked to build stuff.
When you say build stuff, what kind of things?
He liked to tinker a lot of computers. He told me he built his own server. So I see all these wires going into his room, and it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Well, we all mind our own business. I had people ask me, well, how didn't you know? Well, how could I know? He was a normal dude who did, well, perceptively normal, things that he didn't, he knew how to hide it well. And nobody's expecting me to be black, were they either? Because I know he killed 2 other black people, which was, and then I'm hearing all about race, and I'm thinking, wow, I shouldn't even be alive. That's the reality. I shouldn't even be here. Me and the other roommate, we should be dead. All of a sudden, an FBI agent comes out of nowhere, has a gun in my face, and said, step away from the phone, get on the ground. And I'm getting on the ground, and I thought it was some kind of joke. Now, and I'm like wondering what's going on here. Why am I being detained? I wasn't arrested. I was detained. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, he was arrested." I wasn't arrested. Detained. No, there's a difference apparently. Although I was handcuffed.
So they're asking you about Mark's whereabouts, his vehicle. Are they thinking you might be involved in this?
Oh, that's exactly what they were thinking. I mean, I'm so close. Who wouldn't think that? I mean. Hell, I would probably think the same thing too if I wasn't living in that house. Because everybody wants to assume that. Everybody wants to point the blame at people. They gave me a notebook. And I was, draw out layout of the house. They started sending in SWAT team. I started freaking out. SWAT team? Why SWAT team? This is ridiculous. Why? No, this is crazy.
At this point, did you know why?
I only thought back to that night we had a conversation when he started accusing me. I'm thinking, did Mark call the police on me? He could have been a good friend of mine. He was, he acted like a good friend. We all hung out. I remember all 3 of us sitting on the couch playing games, playing Xbox, and eating ice pops and just, we had popcorn, all having a good time laughing. That's the type of person that he was. That's the type of person, at least he showed that he was to people.
Where was your room in connection with Mark's room?
My room was 3 feet away from his door. 3 feet away.
And where was he making the bombs?
I think he was making in his room. I don't think they probably done it anywhere else. And that's what scared me, after the fact, that I could have died. One little mistake, boom. It all been over.
Did he ever say, "Don't go in my room"? Was the door always locked?
It was always locked, and that's the thing. You know, and I'm not gonna just barge into his room. Are you gonna barge into your neighbor's house? You know, the thing is, you know, I did ask if I can see in his room. Like, hey, can I look inside? Ooh, can I see inside your room? He's like, no.
How did you not know this was going on under your own roof?
I know, right? Everybody says that about me. Like, how did you not know? Well, I'm sorry, guys. I'm a human being. I don't know everything that my next door neighbor is doing because he was not stupid, and I trusted him. We all trusted him. I trusted him.
So police have been struggling with a motive. Do you know why Mark did this?
I wish. I think it was just evil, you know, what he did. And, you know, they're saying he was a confused young man. He probably was. I don't think he knew that I don't think he even knew himself, really. He did seem to be kind of low.
If he was still alive today, what would you say to him?
A lot of things I wouldn't say on camera. I don't want to say on camera. I would well, I guess if I was trying to be civil, I would ask him why, you know, why would you do this? You know, I don't know, really. I mean, I'm just mad, you know. I mean, I had nightmares about this dude, and I don't want that anymore. There were some feelings of feeling like, man, I wish I could have done something. Like, I've had dreams where I wish I could have told people, like, man, I wish I knew. I mean, like, I think we all wish we would have known.